and further undertook to have the following roads worked on. That is Mitiana, Mubende, Chenjojo, Ibanda, Mbarara, Ishaka, Mbarara, Mukono, Lugazi, Jinja, Mpondwe, Nebi, Arua, Ntunga, Murukungiri. And His Excellency also indicated that other planned roads will be indicated in the next manifesto. In light of this, I will request the Minister of Works, Transport to come and explain to the members, and then we open the debate. But based on what guidance the President has already given. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, members. I'm happy that the President has communicated on this matter, because we had a meeting with the President and the Minister of Finance on the issue of these roads, and he appreciated that while we may not get all the money in one financial year, he directed those very critical roads that they must be maintained in very usable conditions. And he said we have already started on Mitiana Muwende, so we must finish that road, and also the section between Chegegwa and Chenjojo is terrible. And what we are going to do, as we wait for the funding from the Ministry of Finance, we are moving our unit, which has been working on Jinja Road, to move and do work on Chegegwa Chenjojo to fully rehabilitate that section. We are also already committed China Railway 18, which is going to work on Nebiarua. They've already started forward maintenance, so they are going to start doing the real rehabilitation of Nebiarua. As regards Chikolongo Mpondwe, already there is a contractor working on Chikolongo Mpondwe. They are doing forward maintenance as of now, but after that they will do the full rehabilitation with funds coming in from the Ministry of Finance. We have Ntungamo, Kagamba, Rukunjiri. That road, we want to save it before it deteriorates further, because it has reached the stage where we can save it with a resurface, just like what we did with the Northern Bypass. So that road will also be done. As far as regards Ishaka, Mbarara, and Mbarara Ibanda, we already have a company which is already identified to work on that road. It's called Shadong High Speed. They are going to be working on that, on those two sections of the road. And they are already doing working with the Ministry of Finance in a pre-financing arrangement. I think they're finalizing the financial terms with the Ministry of Finance, but others they're going to start mobilizing equipment to be on those two sections of the roads. As regards Gulu, Atiak, Nimule, that one also needs to be attended to, and we are soon going to have a contractor, MTF, on that road to work on Gulu, Atiak, Nimuri. As regards Maraba, Jinja, Kampala, Masaka to Katuna, this is our artery. And we have decided as a ministry that we are going to have two companies fully on those roads, so that they address whatever requirements are there. What we have been doing now with our in-house team has been really addressing those bad spots. But as far as Mukono, Rugazi, Jinja, Maraba Road is concerned, that section, there is a company called CRBC. It's going to be fully committed on that road. Right now we have Kodrosi, which is doing the bridge on Katonga, and it's going to concentrate on that section. They have already done the estimates from Masaka to Kampala. As they are doing the bridge, they will also be doing the bad sections. As you will see, they are going to address the Karandazi swamp and also the Rera swamp, which they are working on now. We hope that once we get money, we are going to pay and encourage more of our baker to speed up on Busonju Kiboga Hoima Road. He's doing a good job, but I think he needs full support of us paying him in time, because this is the local contractor who has actually proved himself that supported he can do work. And he has already proved on the section we are saying between Busonju and Kiboga, but he's supposed to complete up to Hoima, including the bridge at Kafu. We are also rehabilitating bridges like the bridge on Kayunga Road, Seziwa Bridge, which is already being worked on by again a local company called Dynaco, and they are now moving towards doing the remaining stages. They've already done the box culverts to do the refill, take the refill waters, extra waters, but they'll be able to do the bridge. On the other side of Katonga, which we call the northern side of Katonga, from Kabulasoke, there is another company called Rodo, the local contractor, is also doing that bridge. So these are the efforts which I can talk about. Which, and we have images of Rodo, and even the Minister of Water can confirm. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, as we construct these roads, I am happy that you're talking about the construction of the new roads. Can we make sure that the lifespan of these roads is a little longer than, because now most of the roads that we have a shorter lifespan, and yet by the time we rehabilitate this road, we are still paying the loan which we borrowed for making the road. And then the other thing, as you agree with the Minister of Finance to ensure that you have the money to be paid, can we look at companies that have arrears with you to avoid litigation and then payment with interests? Because you find the interest that you pay for these people become even too much. We appreciate we don't have money, Honorable Minister, but originally we had offices, UNRWA offices in different regions. Can you activate those regions, those regional offices, to be able to work on the roads as soon as there's an issue on a road?
Right, Honorable Speaker. On the issue of stations, we have 23 active stations, and these stations have equipment. What actually delayed them being active was because of the process we were going through in absorbing the UNRWA staff. That process is more or less complete now with the public service. So we have the station managers. The station managers are sub-accounting officers. We send their money on the stations, and they're supposed to address mainly those station managers, the national roads.
Maybe before I give the members to raise their issues, one on the issue, somebody raised the issue, France had raised the issue of Hoima Road, much as the works are ongoing. But like I said the other time, the dust is too much. You cannot even be able to see the next person.
Okay.
We may not have the money now, but can the contractor continue watering and ensuring that there is not that dust on the road?
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker, you're right. When a contractor is working on the road, it's mandatory of that contractor to water wherever. This has happened also. I've also received complaints on Mitiana Mobende Road around where the contractor is working now, that the dust is too much. So I've already told my project supervising team to ensure that the contractors water, because it's mandatory of them to do that. So this, as I was saying, right, Honorable Speaker, the stations are now active. They may not have started. Please. The stations are active. I can even tell you the names of the station managers in all the stations. Because
can we leave the minister finish? We've been waiting for the minister.
I've told you that it took time for the station managers to be in station because they had to get authority to become accounting officers, sub-accounting officers. So when we give them the money, they must present a work plan. They have the money. They have the money. Please listen. They have the money, but what had delayed was them being authorized to spend the money because they have to be given the authority by the PS and the Minister of Finance.
Honorable members.
Once they get that authority, they spend the money. The stations do two things. Let me explain. The stations do two things. One, they supervise what we call framework contracts. They are works which may be too big for the station to handle. So we engage contractors in what we call a framework contract. So they go on those roads and do the framework. For example, we recently received the problem between Kotido and Kabong. And my station manager in Moroto, yes, courtesy of the speaker, and my station manager in Moroto has already sent a framework contractor to handle the Kotido Kabong section. The Kotido station is going to handle the section between Kotido and Moroto. My station in Moroto, on force account, they are going to handle between Moroto and Lopei. So these stations are active. The station in Soroti and Ruport has been handling the works between Soroti, Katakwi, and the other areas. So if your station has not been active, if your station has not yet been active, yeah.
Honorable Minister, can we hear from the Minister? Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister of Works, I can confirm the stations are working. Mine in Mbale is working. Mine in Mbale is working. And maybe you just need to check with your stations. Honorable Minister, Honorable members, can you sit? Sit. Can you sit? You sit. Honorable Minister, we will also want you to address us on the issue of the 1.3 that goes to the districts, whether you've given the districts guidelines on what should be done.
Right, Honorable Speaker, let me clarify. The districts under the road fund, and I wanted this to be clear, the road fund was not removed. The fund was not removed. What was done was to change the management of the fund. We are still sending the money, which is through that fund, straight to the districts. The 1 billion is sent directly from the Minister of Finance to the district. Please, the money is sent directly from the Minister of Finance to the district.
That's
the
true.
1 billion.
That's true.
So when we talk of the 1.3, we think on average, that's what the districts get in a year, 1.3 billion. What the billion from the Minister of Finance and what we send from the road fund. Now the management of that fund is under the District Road Committee, on which members of Parliament are members. So the management of that fund is actually, if I could appeal, that members of Parliament, you help us to follow the management of that fund.
Thank you, thank you. And they are doing that under their oversight role.
Exactly.
If you don't do that, then the problem comes back to you as members of Parliament. Lucy?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I seek clarification from the Honourable Minister, and thanks for your report. You beautifully said, mentioned the roads and the contractors that have been awarded. Unfortunately, for Atiak Nimule, Gulu Atiak Nimule, which is now a death trap, and it is a very, very bad road now, I've not had any commitment in terms of the contractor who is going to go there. Secondly, Honorable Minister, I mentioned to you the other time about our bad road from Away to Rhino Camp. This was a road that was managed under then UNRA, now Ministry of Works, and it was under Foster account, the section from Away to the town council where the district headquarters is. I can tell you that even as the station manager is doing his best.
You need to be brief. Everybody wants to speak.
I'm just concluding.
Yes.
Yes, I conclude. But Honorable Minister, the station offices don't have the funds to actually put gravel. They are just digging, and every time it rains, it gets worse. Vehicles get locked up, and it is a big problem. So you need to take care of this. Thank you.
Honorable members, so that you don't repeat the same thing. Can we first hear from Finance on how much they have released and how they are handling this? Let's first hear from Finance, so that you don't, because the money could have just gone maybe this week and you're expecting something to have been done before. So, Honorable Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, before I inform the House about the releases, I want to share the same concerns about the state of our roads, because recently while I was campaigning in Uganda, I drove on a 27-kilometer road, the Ruhija-Butogota road. 27 kilometers took me 1 hour and a half to get to where I was going. So I had to apologize on behalf of government that we shall look for the money to do the road, because the road condition was bad. Madam Speaker, now I come to the money. In this financial year, our budget for our allocation for road interventions is approximately 3.1 trillion, out of which 1.14 trillion has been released for this Q1. And out of this release, only only 123.7 billion is already available to Ministry of Works for spending. The rest, we await Ministry of Works to request for it from us for spending. Madam Speaker, as you may note from the directives from the President and a number of meetings we have held with the Ministry of Works and Transport, because we work closely, this budget is inadequate to meet the demand in both rehabilitation and construction of the new roads. What is the commitment? As the Minister of Works has stated, we have decided to continue working together in terms of with Ministry of Works, in terms of looking for the money, and also pushing for the works which are ongoing. Madam Speaker, since I have got a chance to be on this microphone, let me also state that I am happy with the work being done on Masaka Road. Compared to the previous 4 or 5 months, now we see Katonga moving, we see the swamps has been talking about moving. I also move on Mubende Road. I am now a little bit happy that work has also started moving. And also on other roads. Therefore, what do we ask for, Right Honorable Speaker, is that we take a commitment that finance and works will continue working together. We at finance will continue looking for the money in the current constrained circumstances, and also the works, to facilitate the Ministry of Works, continue pushing the work so that our road status is recovered and maintained to where it was at least 3 years ago. Also, lastly, at least now, I can confirm that the station manager for UNRA, now Ministry of Works, is now available on phone and working. And also at the station, we are able to speak to her and she tells us the action plans she has.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, I want whoever is turning to speak about the road, I want you to look at NDP 4 from page 350 and to page 354. It is in that page that you are able to understand which ones are ongoing roads and which ones are planned roads, so that we don't look funny. We don't look funny when we are talking about what is already in the NDP 4. Just tell me